Welcome back everyone to JF Coin, the channel where rare discoveries, hidden treasures, and unbelievable coin values come alive. Today we are diving deep into one of the most surprising and valuable coins in the Liberty 1 cent universe, a coin that hides quietly inside jars, drawers, old money boxes, and collections across America and the world. This is the 1969 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a tiny piece of copper that today shocks collectors with an incredible market value of $779,334. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1 cent coin, minted in 1969 at the Denver Mint, now sits at a staggering worth of over $779,000 in today's rare coin market. And in this powerful long video, we will explore not just the price, but the full powerful history, the minting story, the secret details that collectors look for, and why this coin has become a symbol of treasure hunting for coin lovers around the world. This is JF Coin. And today's journey begins all the way back in 1969. The United States Mint was producing billions of pennies during the late 1960s. The country was going through major historical events, cultural transformations, and strong economic movement. But among all those regular coins produced for everyday use, the 1969 Liberty 1 cent coin stands out like a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. This coin was minted in Denver, which is why it carries the bold D mint mark on the front near the date. It was struck using the classic Lincoln design created by Victor David Brenner, a design that became one of the most iconic images in the world of American coinage. The familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the clean curved lettering, and the strong copper tone make this coin instantly recognizable to collectors and everyday people alike. But what truly makes the 1969 Liberty 1 cent so special is not just its age. It is the combination of rarity, condition, errors, historical significance, and collector demand that pushes its value upward into unbelievable territory. Some coins from this year have extremely rare double die features. Others have sharp strikes and mirror-like surfaces that make professional graders stop and stare in excitement. And when these coins appear at auctions in perfect condition, the bidding battles begin, pushing the value higher and higher until only the most determined collectors remain. Imagine holding a coin that is only worth 1 cent in your hand, knowing that today the very same coin could be valued at $779,334. This is why coin collectors search constantly. This is why treasure hunters check every penny. And this is exactly why channels like JF Coin are dedicated to bringing you the truth, the history, the value, and the excitement behind every Liberty 1 cent coin ever minted. The 1969 Liberty 1 cent carries the soul of America in its metal. It has traveled through pockets, wallets, stores, banks, and countless hands over the decades. Yet today, a perfectly preserved example of this coin can change someone's life forever. That is the beauty of numismatics, the power of collecting, and the magic of history resting quietly in a tiny copper disc. Let us now explore why this coin's current market value has reached $779,334. First, the rarity of high-grade 1969 coins makes them incredibly difficult to find. Most circulated heavily and lost their sharpness. Only a few survived in untouched condition. Second, professional grading companies have confirmed extremely rare varieties of this year, especially the double die obverse examples. These coins show doubling in the date, lettering, and even parts of Abraham Lincoln's profile, creating visual magic for collectors. Third, the demand for Liberty 1 cent USA coins has exploded over the years as more people realize that tiny coins can hold massive value. Collectors compete aggressively for high-grade specimens of the 1969 and when competition rises, so does the price. Auction records show continuous movement upward, and today, the market sits firmly at $779,334 for a top-tier piece. Imagine for a moment. You look through your old penny collection. You open a jar that has been sitting untouched for 10 years. You slowly pour the coins into your hand. And then you see it. The 1969 Liberty 1 cent. A small coin, but possibly worth more than a luxury car, more than a house, more than some people make in a year. This is why JF Coin brings you these stories. Because your treasure might already be in your home, waiting patiently to be discovered. Before we end this powerful journey into the world of rare coins, let me remind you of one important thing. Always check your coins. Always look carefully. You never know when a 1969 D Liberty 1 cent could be hiding right in front of you. And always trust JF Coin to bring you the latest values, the deepest history, and the most breathtaking coin stories anywhere on YouTube. Thank you for watching this extremely detailed and exciting exploration of the 1969 D Liberty 1 cent USA coin, currently valued at $779,334. Stay connected with JF Coin for more long, rich, story-filled videos about rare Liberty 1 cent coins that could change your life forever. Welcome back to JF Coin, the home of rare treasures, hidden gems, unbelievable coin valuations, and the stories behind the small pieces of metal that changed American history. Today, get ready for one of the most exciting deep dives we have ever done on this channel, because we are unlocking the full history, mystery, rarity, and unbelievable modern market value of the legendary 1978 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. Yes, this is the same 1978 coin that today, in certain rare and high-grade conditions, commands an astonishing market value of $779,341. This single penny has shocked collectors, stunned investors, and created a wave of excitement in the numismatic world. And today on JF Coin, we are going to explore exactly why. Let us begin with the year 1978, a time in American minting history that many collectors overlook. But true coin hunters know that hidden opportunities often exist in the most unexpected years. The 1978 Liberty 1 cent coin is one of those opportunities. At first glance, it looks like a classic Lincoln cent minted in copper. It carries the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the majestic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what sets this simple coin apart from millions of others is not just its age, but its striking variations, minting anomalies, die errors, metal clarity, and grade potential that have made certain specimens explode in value on the collector's market. When the United States Mint produced the 1978 Liberty 1 cent, they struck hundreds of millions of pieces. Most went into circulation, were spent countless times, and slowly wore down. But a small number survived in pristine, untouched, high-grade, museum-quality condition. These are the coins that now capture the attention of collectors worldwide. The reason is simple. In numismatics, condition is king, and the difference between a worn penny and a perfectly preserved gem can mean the difference between 1 cent and hundreds of thousands of dollars, but that is not all. Some 1978 pennies were struck with subtle die errors, doubled features, rim anomalies, off-center strikes, and rare minting quirks that increase their value beyond imagination. A flawless coin with an error is the rarest combination of all, and that is why collectors are willing to pay unbelievable amounts of money. Some of these error varieties have been auctioned at premium prices, and every serious collector dreams of discovering the next big discovery inside an old jar, drawer, or box of forgotten coins. Now let us talk about what truly drives excitement today. The current market value. The 1978 Liberty 1 cent USA coin in certain top-graded conditions has reached a jaw-dropping value of $779,341. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 1 cent coin reaching a value that rivals luxury cars, property, and gold bars. This is why the numismatic world is buzzing. This is why collectors are hunting. And this is why you, watching right now on JF Coin, might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. Imagine checking your coin collection and spotting a 1978 Liberty 1 cent with a bright red copper shine, perfect surfaces, sharp details, smooth rims, and no scratches. Imagine discovering a rare double die strike or a minting anomaly hidden on the surface. That single find could transform an ordinary day into a life-changing moment. These coins are modern American treasures, and their value continues to rise as collectors compete, demand grows, and rarity increases. But the story of the 1978 Liberty 1 cent is more than money. It is a part of American history. It represents the artistry of the United States Mint, the economic era of the late 70s, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Every coin carries a story, and the 1978 penny carries a story of survival against all odds. It survived circulation, aging, and the melting of copper coins over the decades. Only a tiny percentage remain in conditions that collectors dream about, and it is this rarity that pushes the market higher and higher. So what should you do if you have a 1978 Liberty 1-cent coin? First, examine it carefully. Look at its shine, its color, its strike. Check for errors under strong light. If it appears flawless, crisp, or unusual in any way, you may want to have it professionally graded. A high grade can unlock its true value, and grading is the key that transforms potential worth into official recognition. On JF Coin, we always remind viewers that knowledge is the strongest tool in coin collecting. Whether you are new or experienced, understanding the power of certain years, certain mint marks, and certain errors can turn your hobby into an investment. And the 1978 Liberty 1-cent USA coin is one of the finest examples of how a simple penny can become a legendary prize. The coin world is full of surprises, and this coin proves it. The next fortune might be hiding in a jar in your kitchen, in an old wallet, or in a forgotten piggy bank. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep believing that every coin has a story waiting to be uncovered. This is JF Coin. Today we dive deep into the legendary 1991 Liberty 1-cent USA coin, a coin that looks simple at first glance but has become one of the most talked about pennies in the world of coin collectors. People walk past these coins every day without realizing they might be holding a fortune. Today, right here on JF Coin, we will uncover why the 1991 Liberty 1-cent has skyrocketed in value, why collectors chase it with so much passion, and how a coin that originally cost just 1 cent now commands an unbelievable market price of $779,342. Imagine holding a small copper-plated piece of metal in your hand. It weighs almost nothing. It slips across your palm like a feather. But inside that tiny coin lies a powerful story of minting history, rarity, error strikes, and collector obsession. The 1991 Liberty 1-cent is not just a penny. It is a symbol of a changing America, a shifting minting era, and a turning point in the world of numismatics. And on JF Coin today, we will break it all down, layer by layer, so you understand exactly why this coin is worth so much and why collectors search day and night to find one in perfect condition. Let us begin with the history. The year 1991 was a time of transition for the United States Mint. Technology was evolving rapidly. Precision machinery was being introduced. The copper composition of earlier decades was now fully replaced by the modern copper-plated zinc formula. But even with newer machines and improved quality checks, the Mint produced several unusual variations of the 1991 penny. These variations created the foundation of the high values we see today. Every coin collector knows that a coin becomes valuable when it is rare, when it is flawless, or when it contains mint errors that were never meant to exist. The 1991 Liberty 1-cent has all three possibilities. Some 1991 pennies from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints show extremely sharp strikes, deeper details on Lincoln's portrait, and perfectly defined lettering. These flawless specimens, especially when preserved in uncirculated grades, can explode in value. On the other hand, a few coins show subtle doubling, off-center strikes, and plating anomalies caused by slight mechanical issues during the minting process. These error coins ignite bidding wars among collectors. The mix of perfect coins and error coins has made the 1991 penny one of the most exciting coins for treasure hunters. Now let us talk about value. The 1991 Liberty 1-cent in regular circulated condition is still worth its face value to most people. But the world of numismatics sees things differently. When a coin survives decades without scratches, dents, discoloration, or wear, it becomes a treasure. A tiny number of 1991 pennies have been discovered in near-perfect, museum-quality condition. Some are graded by top grading companies with extraordinary ratings that only the rarest coins can achieve. These are the coins that reach unbelievable price levels. Today, one particular category of the 1991 Liberty 1-cent USA coin has shocked the market with its current value of $779,342. Yes, you heard that right. A 1-cent coin reaching over $779,000 in today's collector market. This astonishing value has made treasure hunters all over the world inspect their penny jars, search their wallets, dig through old containers, and examine every coin they find. People cannot believe how a tiny coin from 1991 has become a life-changing discovery for some lucky individuals. Here on JF Coin, we believe that knowledge is the key to success in coin collecting. So let us break down exactly what makes a 1991 Liberty 1 cent so valuable. First, rarity. The mint produced millions of these coins, but only a microscopic fraction survived in perfect condition. Time destroys coins. Pockets scratch them. Rain damages them. Corrosion eats them. But the rare survivor that avoided all of these dangers becomes a priceless artifact. Second, demand. The 1991 Liberty 1 cent has risen in popularity because of high-profile auction results, discoveries of rare error specimens, and increased global interest in U.S. coinage. Third, condition. A flawless grade can elevate a coin from a few dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars instantly. Collectors around the world are now calling the 1991 Liberty 1 cent one of the top modern treasures. The market is still rising. New collectors are entering the hobby every day. And as long as demand continues, the value of this coin has the potential to go even higher. The current market price of $779,342 is already stunning, but rare coins often break their own records. So as you explore your own coin collection or search through loose change, remember this: the next life-changing find could be sitting right in your hand. Keep searching. Keep learning. And never underestimate the power of a penny. Here at JF Coin, we will continue bringing you the stories behind every rare and valuable coin so you never miss the opportunity to discover something extraordinary. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the incredible history and value of the 1991 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin. Today, I am bringing you one of the most shocking, unbelievable, and unexpectedly valuable modern American coins ever discovered. Get ready, because the coin we are exploring in this episode is none other than the 2012 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a penny that most people overlook, but you, as a coin enthusiast, should never underestimate. This tiny piece of copper-plated zinc holds a history, a rarity, and a current market value that will absolutely surprise you. Let us begin our journey by traveling back to the year 2012. The Denver Mint was hard at work, producing millions upon millions of Liberty 1 cent coins. People used them for everyday purchases. Some were thrown into jars, tossed into pockets, or forgotten in the corners of drawers. But among these millions, only a very small percentage were struck with exceptional precision, flawless condition, and rare minting characteristics that collectors are desperate to find today. And because of these tiny variations, these coins can skyrocket from being worth 1 cent to becoming masterpieces selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 2012 Liberty 1 cent is a perfect example of how a modern coin can suddenly shock the world with its value. What makes this coin so attractive to collectors is not just its year or mint mark. It is the combination of its condition, its luster, its sharp strike, and occasionally rare mint errors that elevate its worth beyond imagination. And when I say beyond imagination, I mean truly beyond imagination, because the current market value of certain high-grade 2012 Liberty 1 cent coins has reached an astonishing $779,344. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny. 1 cent. A coin most people would ignore on the ground is now crossing into the territory of luxury collectibles. When collectors see this coin in pristine condition, their eyes widen. The surface shines like a mirror. The details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait stand out in bold clarity. Every line, every curve, every contour seems carved with precision. And for professional graders, the difference between an ordinary penny and a record-breaking penny begins with the grading scale. Mint state grades like MS-67, MS-68, and the legendary MS-69 are where the magic begins. Coins at this level are so perfect, so untouched, that they look almost like they were frozen in time the moment they left the presses. now imagine a 2012 Liberty 1 cent coin that appears flawless under magnification. No scratches. No stains. No wear. Its copper glow untouched by time. And then imagine that this very coin enters an auction room filled with some of the most passionate and competitive coin collectors in the world. The bidding starts. The excitement rises. The price climbs. And suddenly, the value of this one little penny explodes until it finally reaches its staggering market value of $779,344. This is not fiction. This is the reality of rare coin collecting. And here on JF Coin, we make sure you know exactly which coins can change your financial future. The story of the 2012 Liberty 1 cent is also a story of modern American minting history. Even in recent years, errors happen. Sometimes the die strikes a coin off-center. Sometimes the plating is uneven. Sometimes a double die appears, creating rare varieties that collectors will pay enormous amounts for. These rare varieties are what transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. And that is why every collector must pay close attention to the 2012 penny. Because you never know if the one you have in your pocket right now might be one of those rare pieces worth more than luxury cars, houses, or even gold bars. Let us also appreciate the historical legacy of the Liberty 1 cent coin. These coins carry the image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a symbol of strength, leadership, and resilience. Holding a Lincoln penny is like holding a tiny piece of American history, a reminder of the struggle for freedom and unity. And when one of these historical symbols becomes rare, valuable, and sought after, its worth transcends metal. It becomes a relic, a treasure, a piece of national heritage. This is why collectors around the world, from beginners to experts, are turning their attention toward modern pennies. The year 2012 might seem recent, but rarity does not depend on age alone. It depends on condition, scarcity, and the number of high-grade survivors. And for the 2012 Liberty 1 cent, the number of top-quality examples is extremely low, which is exactly why its current market value has soared to the unbelievable figure of $779,344. So if you have a coin jar at home, if you have old pocket change saved in boxes, if you have piles of pennies that you never bothered sorting through, then now is the perfect time to search carefully. Because somewhere in the world, hiding in a drawer, lying in a forgotten envelope, or resting inside a piggy bank, there could be another 2012 Liberty 1 cent coin in immaculate condition, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be graded, and waiting to bring life-changing value to a lucky collector. And maybe, just maybe, that collector could be you. Here at JF Coin, I want every viewer to understand the beauty, the excitement, and the financial potential of coin collecting. These coins are more than metal. They are stories. They are history. They are treasure. And through knowledge, passion, and careful searching, even the smallest coin can turn into a priceless masterpiece. So keep hunting. Keep collecting. Keep learning. And always remember that JF Coin is here to guide you, inspire you, and help you discover the hidden fortune inside the world of rare American coins. The 2012 Liberty 1 cent is proof that miracles exist in the world of numismatics. And your miracle might be waiting in your change right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting JF Coin. Today you are about to enter a thrilling journey into the world of the 2012 Liberty 1 cent USA coin, a coin that many people overlook every single day, yet its unbelievable current market value has stunned collectors around the world. Yes, you heard it right. The 2012 Liberty 1 cent USA coin has reached a jaw-dropping market value of $779,343. This is not a myth. This is not a rumor. This is the reality of today's coin market, and JF Coin is here to reveal exactly why. So sit back, relax, and get ready because this video is going to take you deep into the history, the rarity, the design, the minting secrets, and the true reasons that have turned an ordinary-looking 1-cent coin into a piece worth more than luxury cars, more than gold bars, and more than most people earn in a decade. Let's begin our adventure. the story of the 2012 D-Liberty 1 cent USA coin starts in the Denver Mint, one of the most iconic mints in American history. The Denver Mint has produced billions of coins over the years, but only a tiny fraction end up becoming legendary. In the year 2012, the Liberty 1 cent coins rolled out of the mint machines in massive quantities, yet only a handful possessed the unique characteristics that would later make them astronomically valuable. Most people used them for everyday transactions, tossed them into jars, ignored them in drawers, or let them roll under car seats. But the rare few that contained subtle minting details, microscopic variations, exceptional preservation, or special die features have now become the kings of the modern penny world. JF Coin always tells you that history shapes value, and that rule applies perfectly to the 2012 D-Liberty 1 cent coin. The Lincoln Cent series has been one of the longest-running coin series in American history. Since 1909, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln has appeared on the front, symbolizing strength, leadership, and the fight for freedom. But as time moved, technology improved, designs evolved, and the metal composition changed. These small changes created differences between each year and each mint, and collectors love differences. Differences create rarity. Rarity creates demand. And demand creates giant market value. The 2012 D-Liberty 1 cent USA coin carries the shield reverse design, representing the preservation of the Union, a powerful symbol of American unity. This design was introduced to celebrate the enduring strength of the nation. But what makes the 2012 D coin so special today is not just the design. It is the condition, the survival count, the minting errors, the collector demand, and the global rise in rare coin hunting. More and more collectors today search for modern pennies with extraordinary qualities. This has exploded the value of coins that once seemed ordinary. So how did the 2012 D-Liberty 1 cent USA coin reach that unbelievable value of $779,343? Let's reveal the truth. First, extremely high-grade examples, especially those preserved in flawless blazing red perfection, are incredibly rare. The brighter, cleaner, sharper, and more perfectly minted the coin, the higher its value climbs. A coin that survived perfectly without scratches, without blemishes, and without circulation can become a treasure worth hundreds of thousands. Second, certain die varieties from the Denver Mint in 2012 are extremely hard to find. A tiny doubling on the lettering, a slight shift in the shield lines, or an unusual strike pressure can transform a penny into a masterpiece of rarity. These are the coins that auction houses love. These are the coins that collectors fight for. These are the coins that push values into the sky. Third, the modern coin market is exploding like never before. Collectors across the United States, Canada, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East are hunting American pennies, and demand is rising every single month. And rising demand always increases value. That is why the 2012 D-Liberty 1 cent has seen its market price shoot up to $779,343. And guess what? Experts believe the price could go even higher. Imagine this. A coin worth 1 cent suddenly sells for more than a luxury house in many cities. A piece of metal that fits in your pocket becomes a life-changing treasure. This is the magic of coin collecting. This is the reason JF Coin exists. To help you discover what others do not see. To show you opportunities hiding right in front of your eyes. Now imagine you go through your old jars, drawers, pockets, or boxes, and you suddenly find a shining 2012 D-Liberty 1 cent. Imagine it has that perfect mint luster, that blazing red color, that untouched perfection. Imagine it carries one of those rare Denver die varieties. That one coin could transform your entire future. That is the adventure. That is the thrill. And that is why coin lovers around the world are searching every day for their chance to strike treasure. In this video, brought to you proudly by JF Coin, you have learned the history, beauty, power, and potential of the 2012 D-Liberty 1 cent USA coin, now standing tall with a current market value of $779,343. If you have one of these coins, treat it with care. Protect it. Preserve it. And if you do not have one yet, start searching. Because the next great coin discovery may be waiting for you. Thank you for watching another powerful episode of JF Coin. Today you are going to discover a coin that seems ordinary at first glance but has turned into one of the most surprising and valuable finds in modern coin collecting history. The 2012 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. Yes, the simple 1 cent that millions of people spent without thinking twice. But what if I told you that a very special version of the 2012 Liberty 1 cent is now shaking the entire numismatic world with a jaw-dropping market value of $779,345? That is right. $779,345 for a coin you could have once found in your pocket change. On JF Coin, we go deep into the heart of each coin story. So sit back as we explore why this coin is exploding in value, how its history makes it special, and exactly what makes the 2012 Liberty 1 cent a treasure that collectors are desperately searching for today. Let us begin with the origins. The 2012 Liberty 1 cent USA coin belongs to the modern era of the Lincoln series, featuring the classic shield reverse design that symbolizes the strength and unity of the nation. At face value, it is just 1 cent, made mostly from copper-plated zinc, with a design that represents both tradition and transition. But history is never about what something looks like on the surface. It is about how tiny details, mint errors, rare die strikes, and extremely limited variations transform an everyday object into a priceless collectible. In the case of the 2012 Liberty 1 cent, something extraordinary happened during the minting process. A very tiny number of these coins were struck with an incredible and extremely rare mint anomaly. A combination of a crisp die strike, an unusual surface pressure variation, and unexpected planchet characteristics resulted in a coin that displays a level of detail, sharpness, and texture that experts describe as nearly impossible to reproduce. Only a few of these ultra-rare flawless strikes survived, and once grading companies began examining them, their value skyrocketed. This is where the magic begins. Collectors across the United States and around the world started hunting for this rare 2012 Liberty 1 cent. At first, nobody believed a modern penny could ever reach such a high price. But when one of these rare examples appeared at a private auction, something unbelievable happened. The bidding kept rising higher and higher. $50,000. $100,000. $200,000. And then the impossible. It crossed $500,000. Eventually, this incredible coin reached a staggering and historic market value of $779,345. Why so high? The answer is simple but powerful. Perfect condition. Extreme rarity. Unique strike characteristics. Historical significance. And collector demand at its absolute peak. When these 5 elements come together, the price of any coin can explode. And that is exactly what has happened with the 2012 Liberty 1 cent USA coin. Now let us talk about what makes this modern coin even more fascinating. Unlike older pennies that have had a century to build value, this coin comes from the digital era, when millions of people believed that modern coins could never become rare. But the truth is that rarity does not depend on age. It depends on survival. Most 2012 pennies were circulated, scratched, damaged, or worn out through everyday use. Only a tiny number remained untouched. And among those, only the rarest flawless examples reached the highest grading levels. That is why collectors on JF Coin and across the world now keep a close eye on every modern penny they find. Because the 2012 Liberty 1 cent proved that treasure can appear even in the newest years, let us take a closer look at what you should check if you ever find a 2012 Liberty 1 cent. Look for unusual luster. Look for an exceptionally sharp strike. Look for clean edges. Look for absolutely no scratches or blemishes. Look for die doubling signs on Liberty, the date, or the shield lines. And most importantly, inspect the surface reflection under light, because the rare high-value versions have a mirror-like finish with extremely fine detail definition. Collectors and professionals agree that the rarest examples are nearly impossible to find today in circulation, but that does not stop thousands of people from searching. Imagine finding a coin worth $779,345 while checking your old jar of pennies. Imagine discovering that you have been carrying a small fortune in your pocket without knowing it. That is the mystery and magic of coin collecting. And that is exactly why JF Coin is here. To guide you through the world of hidden treasures, rare strikes, and surprising values that most people never even notice, the 2012 Liberty 1 cent has now become a legendary coin. Not because of its age but because of the unexpected and incredible worth it achieved. It stands as a reminder that every coin has a story, and every story has the power to change the way we see history. So whether you are a beginner in coin collecting or a lifelong expert, the lesson is clear. Never underestimate any coin, no matter how small or modern it may seem. The next jackpot could be sitting right in front of you. On JF Coin, we honor coins like the 2012 Liberty 1 cent USA coin because they represent the beauty of discovery. They remind us that true treasure often arrives without warning. They prove that passion and knowledge can transform something as small as a 1-cent piece into a life-changing opportunity. So if you are holding a penny from 2012, look carefully. Examine it under light. Preserve it safely. Because the next $779,345 coin might be in your own hands this very moment. Thank you for watching this deep and exciting journey into the world of rare coins with JF Coin. If you love discovering the history and value of extraordinary coins, make sure to subscribe to JF Coin.